everyone, my name is Natalia and this is the first video that I'm uploading to my YouTube channel. I am so excited. I've been wanting to do this for so long. This YouTube channel is dedicated to giving my opinion on different Reddit stories that I find on the internet. I want to start kind of a community where you give your opinions in the comments down below, but these are perfect videos to put on while you're doing homework or while you're doing work from home or anything like that, just to have some background noise and to maybe have like a fun time with me. So I'm so excited to begin. So let's begin with the first story. This Reddit story is entitled, "Am I the asshole for not letting my sister drive my car?" Hi everyone. This argument I had with my sister was 2 months ago, but it has been bothering me ever since because I don't know if I'm the asshole or justified for refusing my sister. In this situation, I was painted as the bad guy, with several fingers pointed at me, and I feel very conflicted. My sister and I live at home with our mother. We are both in our 20s, her 23 female and me 27 female, and have our own personal vehicles. My sister inherited my old Nissan after my dad helped me take out a loan to purchase my own car several years ago. The title is in my name, and I've been paying off the loan ever since. The particular reason that caused our argument was that one of her headlamps was out. Lately, she has been on a little self-discovery, which means she likes to go out and party late at night, but her car is a liability and is asking to be pulled over for her dead lamp. On the night of the disagreement, she was ready to go out and asked me around 10:30 p.m. if she could borrow my car for the evening, since her lamp was out. It had been out for weeks, yet she never got it fixed. On a side note, I had gotten one of my wisdom teeth pulled earlier and was feeling generally pretty anxious and bad because of severe swelling in my throat. I told my sister no to the request. I said she was not insured with my vehicle and I wasn't comfortable with her driving it around at night near a bar. At this time, my plates were also up to be changed. I also knew that she would probably be drinking, so overall, just a bad idea. She got huffy and said that she would let me borrow her car if I needed it. I wouldn't ask my sister to drive her car just to go out and party. I would potentially ask if it was an emergency or if I needed to go to work, and if she needed it for those reasons, I would let her borrow my car, not to party. I put my foot down and said that she could take her car, or our mother's. I also blurted that she should have gotten her light fixed. She didn't say anything and left the house in anger. Sometime later, a mutual friend of ours texted me, asking me why I didn't give her my car. She went and told this person everything, and now he was taking her side. I wanted to tell him it was none of his business, and it was between my sister and I, but I didn't say that, and just said I didn't think it would be a good idea. He responded that I was her sister and shouldn't let her drive without a headlamp. If it was such a problem, why didn't he pick her up since he has a car? The situation has frustrated me deeply, and several people are saying I should have let my sister drive my car. I've done a lot for my sister over the years, but the one time I put up a boundary, I'm painted as the bad guy. It makes me feel bad, like I've been taken advantage of throughout my whole life, and maybe I am the asshole here. So, am I the asshole or am I justified in denying my sister my car? In my opinion, I don't think that you're the asshole at all. First of all, she is not on your insurance. Second of all, she could be drinking and driving and harm your car if she's going out late at night. Like, how is she getting back? Is she taking a taxi? Is she leaving your car at the bar? Like, what's the plan here? Also, if she's not responsible enough to take care of her own car after her headlamp has been, not changed for weeks, then why should she be responsible enough to use your car? That doesn't make sense to me. It would be different if the headlamp, just broke and she really needed it to go out to, work or a friend's birthday party or a wedding that had already been planned or something. But the thing is that she didn't need to go out. She doesn't need to go party. And it's kind of rude of her to expect you to just give your car up when you pay the insurance, you pay all of these things. It's just disrespectful for me. So, honestly, I think that you're not the asshole here. On to the next one. This story is titled, "Am I the asshole for being cold and distant to my coworker?" I work at a marketing agency office. My coworker has been with the agency for 3 years, but only joined our current client account about 3 months ago. We sit beside each other, and I was assigned to help train her. I gave her a full month of support, including training videos, checklists, and real-time guidance. Even when I was doing work for a different client on half shifts, I still took the time to answer her questions. In hindsight, I feel like I ignored my own boundaries just to be helpful. Now that she's been on the account for 3 months, she still asks questions that could be answered just by reading, checking past instructions, or thinking things through. We even have step-by-step lists easily accessible. It doesn't feel like she's trying to be independent. It feels like she's overly reliant on me, and it's mentally exhausting. I eventually told her supervisor that I was having trouble focusing because of the constant interruptions. Since then, her questions have lessened a bit, which has helped. But she still asks an average of 6 questions a day, some of which would take a 5-minute demonstration. I have been so stressed lately, I've become emotionally distant and stopped making small talk. I only interact very briefly when necessary. I raised my voice once because I was feeling unwell and experiencing hyperventilation from the stress. What I said was, "Wait, I'm not feeling well," because I couldn't handle the overstimulation at that moment. I feel a little guilty for being cold, but I also think I've done more than enough. I need space to do my own job properly and protect my peace. So, am I the asshole for pulling away and not being more friendly or patient? Or is it fair to set a boundary after months of helping someone who doesn't seem to want to stand on their own? So, in my opinion, I think you're not the asshole because there is a point after training someone where they need to go out of the nest and start flying. And if they aren't doing that, then it's time for some tough love. The biggest thing that stands out to me is that you made all these checklists and materials for her to look back on, and she just isn't using her resources. Like, I'm in college right now, and this sounds to me like a professor handing you a syllabus and then you asking a question that's on the syllabus without even looking at the syllabus. So you're just not using your resources effectively. Which is annoying for everyone. So I definitely think that you're not being the asshole, but you could definitely be more gentle about it and just be straightforward. But yeah, that's my opinion. Anyways, here's the next story. This story is titled, "Am I the Asshole for Sitting in First Class While My Mom Sat in Economy?" I'm 26 male, just got back from a long-ass work trip, been traveling a lot lately, barely slept, just completely drained. For once I said screw it and used my points to upgrade to first class. I've never flown first class before. My mom, 50s, happened to be flying the same route because we were both heading to a family thing. She booked her ticket separate from mine, just basic economy. I didn't think it was a big deal. At the gate, I told her, "Hey, just so you know, I'll see you when we land. I'm sitting up front." She looked at me like I killed her dog, asking if I was serious. Then said, "You're really going to let your own mother sit in the back while you relax in first class?" I thought she was kidding. She wasn't. She told me I was being selfish, ungrateful, disrespectful, that she raised me better than this. I said, "Mom, I love you, but I paid for this seat with my own money, and I'm exhausted. I just want one flight where I'm not sandwiched in between 2 strangers." And now she's pissed. She told my aunt, who told my cousins, and now half the family is calling me an asshole for not giving her my seat. Honestly, I don't think I did anything wrong, but now I feel weird. So yeah, am I the asshole for not switching? In my opinion, you're not the asshole. You bought the ticket, it's your ticket, and also you guys booked the flights separately, so you weren't planning on sitting together anyways. So why does it matter if you sit in first class and she sits in economy? That's what she paid for. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyways, here's the next story. This one is entitled, "Am I overreacting by not wanting to pay the full bill just because I'm the only person who doesn't drink alcohol?" I went to dinner with some friends from work. Everyone ordered several drinks, bottles of wine, expensive cocktails, and I only ordered my food and a soda. When the bill came, someone said, "Shall we split it between everyone so we don't get complicated?" I replied that I'd rather pay my own way because I literally didn't have anything, and my share was much smaller. They were silent for a moment, but then one of them said, "Wow, how cheap." I felt a little bad, but it also seemed unfair to pay for things I didn't consume. It's not that I don't want to socialize, it just doesn't seem fair to me. Am I overreacting by not wanting to split the bill like everyone else? Should I have just done it to be cool? Or are they being unfair? In my opinion, they are being unfair. You did not drink any of that alcohol, and I know how expensive that alcohol can get on that bill. So, if you didn't consume any of it, you're not paying for it. I think all friend groups should just pay their own way. If you are splitting a bill like evenly, like that doesn't make sense to me because that's not the food that you consumed. Unless there were like appetizers, then you can split that. But like, yeah, I definitely say pay your own way and you are not the asshole or overreacting or anything like that. Anyways, here's the next story. This story is called, Am I Overreacting for Refusing to Lend My Sister My Dog for Her Aesthetic Maternity Shoot? I'm 26 female, and I have a golden retriever named Miso. He's 4, super sweet, and honestly the closest thing I have to a kid. I got him when he was a puppy, and we're really attached. He doesn't do well with unfamiliar people or situations, and I try to avoid stressing him out unnecessarily. My sister, 31 female, is 7 months pregnant and planning this very curated maternity shoot with a photographer she found on Instagram. She sent me a couple sample photos and asked if she could borrow Miso for the shoot. Her exact words were, he would complete the vibe. I want a soft, golden hour family feel with a golden dog. I told her no, not because I don't support her or whatever, but because Miso isn't a prop. He's a living, anxious animal, and he's never even met her photographer. Plus, she wanted to do it in a random field an hour away without me there. She literally just wanted to pick him up, take the photos, and drop him back off. I offered to meet her at a park near me so she could take a few photos with both of us and Miso, but she said that ruined the visual. She was clearly irritated and said I was being selfish and overprotective of just a dog. Later, our mom called and tried to gently nudge me to say yes, saying it's a small thing that would mean a lot to my sister. But it doesn't feel small to me. Miso is family, not decoration, and the fact that she got annoyed when I offered a compromise kind of says a lot. Now my sister isn't talking to me, and my mom thinks I should apologize for making a big deal out of nothing. I honestly didn't think I was being dramatic, but now I'm second-guessing it. Am I overreacting? Girl, you are not overreacting. This is crazy. That is your dog. Like, she can't just use your dog. Also, you offered to meet her at a park near you to take these photos that she really, really wanted to take, and then she didn't want to do that and still wanted to take it at a random field that she didn't want you there for. Like, that's like super weird to me that she didn't want the owner of the dog to be with the dog. Like, that's crazy to me. So yeah, you are not overreacting. This is insane. Oh my gosh. All right. This is the last story we're going to be reading for today, and I truly saved the best for last. This one is crazy, guys. You are not ready. This one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Running Away Because My Parents Were Late to My Graduation Over a Labubu? Okay, I know this sounds so ridiculous and insane. I, 18 female, am adopted and was adopted as a baby. My parents thought they couldn't have kids, even tried IVF, so when my sister Princess, 10 female, was born, it was a miracle. Everything changed. Princess was spoiled and clearly the favorite. She never got in trouble, was always right, got whatever she wanted, and acted however she wanted. My parents didn't treat me badly though, but if I got one toy, Princess got 5. It sucked. I was jealous. I got in trouble for it. Princess got worse around age 6 when she realized how much she could get away with. She broke my things, hurt others, stole, and hated when anyone else had attention. I became a target. Luckily, I had friends, school, and relatives for support though, so it wasn't the worst. I did great in school and joined clubs and sports just to stay out of the house. During summer, I worked or interned just to avoid her. Now I have a car and a boyfriend since sophomore year. I stay with him a lot and his family loves me, so I'm barely home, maybe 24 hours at most weekly. My parents didn't care and this was my normal, so I stopped caring too. Anyways, graduation was last month, one of the few things I asked my parents to come to. I was excited. They seemed excited, and some relatives came too. But Princess had to ruin it. See, her current obsession are these doll plush keychain things called Labubus. She collects them, and that specific day, she found this super rare one for sale in our city. Now, instead of contacting the seller and buying it the next day, my parents went to get it. And not only that, they spent $350 on it. My grad gift was $150, mind you. They showed up so late. Our caps were already being tossed. And I was hurt. After graduation, I ignored them and went home with my boyfriend. I've basically moved in with him at this point, since anytime I went back home, it was just to get my things to go back. My parents called, texted, apologized, even came over and begged me to forgive them. Worst part of it all, they think it's the money and sent me another $100. I refused to talk to them. Now it's serious, and they're threatening to report me as a missing, runaway, and contact my future college if I don't come back home. I feel justified in my actions and don't think it's that serious, but am I the asshole? In my opinion, you're not the asshole. What the actual heck? Like, this is crazy. How do you, as a parent, go get a Labubu instead of going to your child's graduation? Mind you, this is also the oldest child. Like, this is the first graduation you have for one of your children and you're not going to it. Like, that's not top of your priority list because you need to go get this $350 Labubu. Are you crazy? And the Labubus aren't even that cute, guys. Like, come on, we gotta be real. This is like a big fad that's happening right now, but like we're gonna look back on this in like 10 years and be like, what the heck, why was everyone buying these? Oh my gosh, like this is absolutely insane. You are not the asshole. But also with them threatening to report you as missing or anything like that, I do think that you are like still their kid. Like you still have to like kind of like go back home at some point. Like they're not making your life like horrible, like they're not abusing you or anything like that. So I think that even though it sucks, like you should be going back home before you go to college. Like maybe give them some time to like reconcile with you, like talk with them through it and be like, hey, you literally missed my graduation for a Labubu. Like, do you know how crazy that sounds? Like you have to explain it like that. You're not the asshole at all, but yeah, that's my opinion. That's absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. We really ended with a bang. Thank you guys so much for joining me on reading these Reddit stories. This is my first YouTube video ever, so this is so exciting. If you made it this far, please comment down below Labubu so I know who you are. And have a great day, you guys. Bye.